Let me start with what just happened, and then I'll show you what actually matters. The KwaZulu-Natal Premier stood alongside the Provincial Police Commissioner at Durban beaches, telling South Africans and tourists one clear message. KwaZulu-Natal is safe, crime is down, and confidence has returned. That's the headline. But headlines are not analysis. So let's slow this down. 1. The location was the message. This briefing did not happen in a boardroom. It did not happen at SAP's headquarters. It happened on the beach, in front of tourists, cameras, and festive crowds. That matters, because this briefing was not primarily about crime. It was about optics, beaches, crowds, tourism, smiles. Those visuals were doing more work than the words. This was a confidence operation, not a crime briefing. 2. Crime is down. But down from what and verified by who? You probably noticed something important. The Premier repeatedly says, crime stats have decreased. The numbers are going down. There is stability. But no actual figures are provided. No categories. No comparison periods. No official report released. This is critical. Because in serious crime analysis, decline without data is a claim, not proof. And notice how quickly the conversation shifts away from hard crime. Drugs, alcohol, gender-based violence, social behavior. Translation in plain language. Violent crime is still a problem, but we are reframing it as a social issue rather than a policing failure. 3. The Pepstone family murder undermines the entire message. Then comes the contradiction. 4 family members gunned down on the South Coast. This is not a minor incident. This is extreme violence. But listen carefully to how it is handled. Mentioned briefly, no operational detail, no suspects named, no timeline, no accountability questions. It is acknowledged and then emotionally parked. That tells you something. When leaders are confident in control, they lean into details. When they are not, they generalize. 4. The police commissioner accidentally reveals the real crisis. Now here's where this briefing quietly collapses. The provincial commissioner admits, police officers arrested for robbery and kidnapping police using state-issued firearms to commit crimes. Police officers killing or being killed while involved in shady behavior. This is not a side issue. This is the core issue. Because if law enforcement itself is compromised, then crime stats mean less visibility, means less patrols, mean less you cannot police criminality effectively while policing your own members at the same time. That is a structural crisis. 5. The contract question was the real reason this briefing happened. Pay close attention to the question about the commissioner's contract. The Premier doesn't hesitate. He publicly endorses renewal before process, before internal review, before formal timelines. That is not accidental. This briefing locks in political support for the commissioner in full public view. Translation: any future criticism of the commissioner will now look like an attack on stability, tourism, and progress. This is preemptive defense. 6. The dangerous narrative being built here is the most important part. The narrative being pushed is this: tourists feel safe, crowds equal safety, police visibility equals crime reduction. But history tells us something else. Crowded spaces often mask crime. They don't eliminate it. Visibility does not equal integrity. And festive seasons often delay crime reporting until January and February. Which brings us to the real question nobody asked. What happens after tourists leave? What happens after cameras are gone? What do the next quarterly stats actually show? 7. What this briefing is really buying. Time. This was not about solving crime. This was about buying time. Time for festive season to pass, tourism money to circulate, political pressure to cool down, contract decisions to be finalized.